Alright, now in the last video, we built the environment where we're going to do all of our Python development in, and we built the folder for our course. So now what we need to do is we need to start creating our bot. But before we do that, I do want to show you some documentation. And so the package that we'll be using to connect to the Reddit API is pra. Now you may have heard of pra, but it's a very nice package that allows you to connect to any subreddit or stream subreddits, comments, trending posts, and all that sort of thing. So it's a very cool package that lets you interface with the Reddit API. So we can go into this installing pra section, and in here you'll see that we just need to pip install pra. So we can go here inside of our Visual Studio Code, open up our terminal, and you do want to make sure that we are in the environment that we created. So whatever you named it, make sure that's what's here. And then we can just pip install pra, and that's going to install pra to our environment. And so if we do pip list, you'll notice that we now have pra and all the packages that pra depends on. So that's very nice. So we can continue looking at this, and let's go to logging in with pra. Actually, let's go maybe Reddit instance. Okay, here. So this Reddit instance is what will allow us to connect to the Reddit API. So we can simply copy it, but if you want to look through it, feel free, but this is the most important one, and this is what allows us to connect to Reddit. So we can copy this, and let's create a new file here, and this is going to be called Reddit Trading Bot 1, or Reddit Trading Bot 1.py. And in here, let's just simply paste our code that we just copied. And so the next step is to find our details for this information. So what we need to do to find that is we need to go to Google or whatever your preferred web browser is, and we need to search up this link, https://www.reddit.com/prefs-apps. Okay, and this is going to redirect us to the developer page, and you do need to make sure you're logged in. So if you're not logged in, make sure you logged in, and here you can go scroll down and you can create a new app. Now I've already created a couple apps, but let's create a new one and we'll start from scratch. So the name we're going to call it is simply sentiment analysis bots. Okay, and let's call it that. Now feel free to call it whatever you want. And then let's change this to script, because we are using a script and we're not using a web app or an installed app. And then we can set a description, sentiment bot. Let me zoom in for you guys. And here we can just put www.nowebsite.com, and we can do that for this one as well. And then we can create our app. So we do need to make sure we have https https and then we can create our app. And so what this does is it creates our app for us, and you can notice that we have our first key here and we have our second key here. So that's awesome, because now we can store it inside of our project and we can interface with the Reddit API. So let's do that. So the first thing I'm going to do is create a new file, and this file is going to be config.py. Now this config.py folder or file will be holding all of the keys for this project. Now I like to create a separate folder that holds my keys, because it allows me to store my keys in this project without showing it to everyone. Now this is highly recommended when you use API keys, especially in trading algorithms, because if someone has access to your key, they have access to your account, which means they can execute orders. But for this case, where we're using the Reddit API, they can't do that. I'm showing you my key right now, but when it comes to Binance, I won't be showing you. So here we can set a couple variables. I'm going to set Reddit ID. I'll set Reddit secret equals that. I will set Reddit user, and just empty strings for now. I will fill this out afterwards, and then Reddit pass. So these are the 4 variables that we need to interface with the Reddit API. So here you'll notice we have the client ID, we have client secret, we have password, user agent, username. Now the client ID is this key right here. The client secret is this key, so let's copy this. Let's go back here, config, Reddit ID, and then the secret, so we can highlight that, copy it, paste it here. And then the next section, Reddit user and Reddit pass. Now these are our authentication details to log into Reddit. So whatever your Reddit account is, that's what you have to log in with. So my username is samboylanseju, which is my name. So I'm going to put my username here and my password to my account here. Now I'm going to pause the video here and I'm going to fill it out so that you guys can't see it, and I'll see you in this page. But do make sure that you fill this out as well. Alright, so I just filled it out in my config.py file. So let's import those variables that we created inside of this file. So we can simply do import config, and then in our config file we have our variables, so we can do config, config dot Reddit ID, okay, and then let's do our secret, so config dot Reddit secret, and then for our password we can do config dot Reddit pass, and then username config dot Reddit user. Beautiful. So by doing this, we should be connected to Reddit. So let's run this script just to make sure we have no errors. And I'll do Python Reddit tradingbot1.py, and that runs our Python script, and we have no errors. So that means we are connecting. So we can try printing this out, but I think it's just going to print out an instance of our Reddit API, which is exactly here. So this is just telling us that we are connecting to the Reddit API and there's nothing going wrong. So that's very nice. So in the next video, we are going to start streaming comments from a Bitcoin subreddit. So that's what we'll do in the next video, and I'll see you there.